All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. What we're gonna do today is trout fish and hopefully forage for some wild onions, also known as ramps or leeks. We literally just stepped foot in the stream and there's a little something down right there, and I pitched up to it, had a trout come out, pitched back, caught him. We'll throw that in there. But really nice brown trout, probably maybe a 13-incher or so, but just a pretty fish. And we're gonna cook this bad boy. We're doing a catch and cook today, so we're gonna hook it up to a stringer. We're gonna walk up the stream a little further. Hopefully we can find some of the ramps and fry them up with this guy and do a nice catch and cook for you. So stay tuned. This is really clear stuff. Yeah. The first couple steps are kind of iffy. And then it's solid bottom over here. There we go. But I'm gonna take a little cast right here, kind of let my spinner sink down in front of this tree. Nothing. Ooh, this pant leg is
what, getting wet?
Definitely. There we go. In the hole. Oh, here it comes. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Wow,
that was a good one too.
That was really cool.
Oh, I'm snagged up. Okay.
That was a nice one.
That was a good, I think that was a little brown. But I just pitched it right in front of the little hole. Let it sink down in the hole. On.
Got it?
Yeah. Look at, that's a really nice brown. Like, didn't even shoot the intro yet, honey. Can you hold my pole?
Yes, I absolutely.
Oh, that's a really nice brown.
Oh my gosh.
That's perfect for the catch and cook.
Yes, it is.
Perfect.
That is such a beautiful fish.
Oh my gosh, guys, we're gonna, oh my gosh, he's huge. Oh, that's perfect. Really nice brown. Nice brown trout. Look at that. Pretty fish. How cool is that? All right. Well, we got one to eat. I'll just poke it through. Got it. What we're using are Panther Martins or Martin Panthers. I don't know. I'm always dyslexic on them, whatever they're called. But there's that down tree. But basically what you do is pitch up before it, because then the current pulls it. Give it a nice steady pull out of there, and then that's when that fish hit. But do that, honey. Try to, for beginners, I would start like way up in front of it, so then you can kind of figure out how far down the river's gonna pull it. Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot. Yeah, you gotta, you'll get it, babe, you'll get it. Let her float on through here. No. Ooh, here we go. I seen one over here. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, see that one going up in there? Somewhere up in there. Nice one. Hey, honey. I'm gonna work my way back in the woods looking for ramps. Okay. Oh, yes. There's a patch right here. Almost walked by it, guys. Right here is a little patch of narrow leaf leeks. So exciting. The cool thing is these plants come back up after year. These are young ones. Now, I'm not an expert, but basically what you want to do if you do think you found some, the easiest way to tell is just take a little pinch of the leaf, like so. Take it, smell it, and it'll smell just like onions. And it's kind of like a mix between garlic and onion. And these are known what they call as white narrow leaf. Now they do have big ones that are like kind of a bigger, broader leaf, and they have a red stem. But we're gonna harvest a couple of these because you eat the leaves and everything. And the thing about, you know, being sustainable and whatnot, I'm not gonna dig all these up and take them all. We want these to come back next year, so I'm gonna probably take, you know, maybe 5 or so of them right here and just leave the rest. And then hopefully as I'm walking back, I can find another patch, take a little bit out of that patch. Things like that. And there's different ways people, you know, instead of taking the whole, this is a bulb plant, instead of taking the whole bulb, you just take basically right under the surface and cut down. And that's a way that some people do it too. So if you take the bulb, the bottom part of it, kind of like an onion bulb, next year it won't come back. But if you take the stem up, the bulb is still there, next year it'll come up and it'll just keep coming up. So that's one way to be sustainable with them, so they do come up next year. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna cut a couple of these off. I'm just gonna dig down just a little bit and slice them off. So as you can see, I dug down a little bit. You can kind of see the bulbs right there. We don't want to take that whole thing. We're just going to cut just above those. Well, we got big bulb down here. We're going to cut right about here. There's those and that. And that's a narrow leaf leek. Oh, look at this buck rub. Big ol' scrape right there. And scraping around, rubbing the velvet off. Look at, I got a handful. Yay! And then I left a bunch. But we'll keep moving along. Hopefully we can find another patch of them. Alright. Oh, I just got bit. There we go, fish on. What do we got here? Little brookie. Little brookie. We could keep him, but he's a touch small. We'll let him go. See you later, little buddy. Ellie, do we got a fish? We got a fish? Yeah.
Nice job, honey.
Yeah, look at that fish.
Yeah, babe. Incredible.
Nice trout.
That's a beautiful trout.
We got some leeks to go with them. Yummy. Dinner. Put them in the cooler. Yeah, lunch. All right, guys. We've been driving around a little bit on these back roads, and just right outside the door, whoop, we got a ton of ramps, even into the woods, but that's all like private property. So right off the edge of the road, we're legal to pick those, whatnot. So we're gonna grab another handful of a couple right here, and we're gonna start cooking lunch. And these ones have the red stems, so let's give one a sniff to make sure we're talking the right stuff. Those are this is the red stem ramps. Usually these leaves are a little broader, but these could just be young plants too. So we're gonna harvest a couple of these. Ellie's trancing around them. Also, what I wanted to do is find some fiddle ferns, but these aren't, I don't think these are the right kind, or they're a little too far gone. But yeah, right here's one. We could eat these too. That's cool. Lots of cool nature up here. I mean, we're a little further north than we are usually at home. But yeah, we're gonna pick a couple of these, cook some lunch up. So this here is your whole bulb and everything. So that's all edible right there. But if you want it to be sustainable and come back next year, you cut them off about right here. But we're gonna take a few of these because there's a pile even into these woods. As far as the eye can see is just full of ramps. So we're gonna pick some out of here and eat them with our dinner. I know the one thing about ramps is for the soil, they like to have kind of loose, drainy soil, and this stuff is pretty loose soil. It's not super packy. Because these roots are down there a little bit. I didn't think they were that deep. One right there, just a little guy. I think we got enough. I mean, I think we got a decent amount. Enough to have a meal and enough to...
And to have a couple meals.
Yeah. All right, well... Yes, you want some fish too, huh, Ellie? You want a fishy? You can lick that part. There you go. The cool thing about these plants is you eat everything. You eat the leaves, you eat the little bulbs. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to cut it lengthwise. Kind of give it a, just cut it up a little bit. Like that. Then I have some oil that I made earlier. It's butter and oil and salt and pepper. Yes, it smells good, doesn't it? You can't smell it yet. All right. So first, yeah, I'm gonna drizzle some all over here. Ellie, come on now. I'm gonna get some oil in the pan. I don't think I need all of this, but flake a chunk of butter out here. Another couple chunks. And we'll leave the rest in the pan there. Let's see if we can't get her going, Ellie. We can eat some dinner. Just like that. And the ones on the bottom are starting to get a nice dark color as they cook. Now, like I was saying before, I'm no like expert on these ramps, wild onions, leeks, whatever a guy wants to call them. But just make sure they are, you know, they have that onion smell. If you do go out and find them, don't take just what I told you from today. But they are pretty simple to identify. And be smart about it too, you know, like that first little patch we found where there was the narrow white leaf, or they call it the white leek. You know, there's only 20 of them there, and be courteous about it so that plant comes up year after year. And you know, think about next year. If you were to dig them all down, pull the bulbs out, it's potentially not going to come up next year. If they do, they might be very small babies, but just think about that for years and years to come, to have a nice spot where you can go out and pick these buggers and have this delicious food. So it's pretty awesome. That looks delicious. I'm gonna try one of these leeks, these ramps right there. Interesting. It's like garlic and it's like onions. It's about the only way to describe it. Meat's just peeling right off this fish. Oh. So good. Oh, it's delicious, guys. There's a lot of different ways to cook these too. I know I've seen people take a nice batch or handful of them and actually pickle them. Never had them for myself, but pretty much anything pickled is good to me. That one's got a little bit crunchy yet. Really good. And obviously with trout, usually when it's done, it just peels right off the main spine. Pull all the meat off of there. This middle stuff could cook for a touch longer, but it's like sushi. Won't gonna hurt you. Well guys, if you enjoyed this episode of trout fishing, catch and cook, foraging for wild onions, I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. This is someday what I want to do every day. Yeah, like always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. And hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Ellie, you get the scraps pretty good over there? You like fish scraps?